Hey guys, in this video I'm going to share with you the must-have free Shopify dropshipping apps that you're going to use in 2020 and the best apps for Google Ads. So I'm going to explain to you the free apps that I'm going to go through as well as some paid ones at the end that you may also want to consider putting into your store. So with this video you'll be able to find out what free apps and what paid apps will help you generate more sales and grow your e-commerce store. Whether you be on Facebook, Google, Instagram, wherever you are, this video will help you out to understand what to consider and what apps are really going to help you out. So let me jump into my computer now and start going through those apps. Alright guys, so I'm going to go through the must-have free Shopify apps for dropshipping, the best ones also for Google Ads. You can definitely use these for any platform, but I will be giving some that are generally just for Google Ads, and it's going to save you a lot of time and money as well. So let's get straight into it. We're going to go through the free apps first. So the first one is Abello. So if you don't know what Abello is, let me take you real quick to here. And what it is just pretty much just allows you to import products directly from Aliexpress, and you don't have to do it one by one and like copy images, download them, upload them. It saves you so much more time to do that. And they also have new features where you can find products on there. So it's actually a real way. And I actually didn't do this in my research video, but I have in the past used Abello's directory, like basically looking for the products that they have that you can use to also sell. And it is a good way to do some research as well. And then yeah, you can see the steps here. You just add them to your store and then you just start selling them basically. So it's a really good app. I use it on every single store that I ever opened. I've tried Dropify as well, but they basically do the same thing, but I think Abello is just a little more smoother, a little bit more straightforward. Yeah, and it also, if you didn't know that when you're on AliExpress, it gives you, when you have the Google Chrome extension of Abello installed, it will allow you to see ePacket without having to click into the actual listing. So you have like a green box or a red box around your listings. Without the Google Chrome extension, you won't see those boxes there. So if you've seen my other videos where I'm going through AliExpress, and you see any kind of green boxes around, that's the reason why, because I'm using this app and it's free, so you can use it. You can also pay if you want, but generally if you're not selling that many products, it's all right to use in the beginning. Now this app, bulk image edit, is actually specifically for Google because most of the time people aren't adding alt tags to the images, and at the end of the day Google is a computer, so you can only see keywords that you put in. So if you're not putting your pictures with keywords in them, with alt tags that allow Google to know what this picture is, it can't properly optimize for your product listing. So you have to make sure you have alt tags in there. And this app saves so much time because there are some products that you may have that have like say 20 variants, right? Different sizing or different colors or whatever it is, right? And each of those each of those variants have its own image. So that's 20 images alone that are just split for variants. And then maybe you have some lifestyle images and things like that. And you could get up to like 30 images in one listing, and you're going to be spending the next 5 to 10 minutes going manually one by one through Shopify, adding those alt tags in there. Even 10 images, like it just wastes so much time. So this app is very, very good. Let me actually take you to see what it looks like. This one here, bulk image edit, image SEO, that's the one you want to get. So yeah, it's going to save you a lot more time and you don't have to do it manually ever again. The next one is Crush Pix. So Crush Pix, let me show you again, is an app that actually resizes your photos. So I don't mean resizing as in the dimensions of it, I mean the actual file size of the image. So why this is important, so it compresses the image basically, right? And it's free for, I think it's 500 megabytes. So just depending on how many images you have in your site, that's how many times, that's how much you can compress each month. So what it's going to do, it's going to optimize your image sizing, and then it's going to save you on your website loading speed. So why that is important is because most of the time customers or people are not willing to wait more than 2 seconds for a website to load. And me personally, myself, I get so annoyed when something takes too long to load. And you have to know that just because it's your website that you think, oh yeah, 3-4 seconds, 5 seconds is all right. Like you're not the one experiencing your loading time. So when you go to some random website and you're just waiting for it to load for 5 seconds, I can guarantee you're not waiting 5 seconds for something to load. Unless it's so important that you really want to find out some information, then you may wait. But if it's just something you're intrigued about or interested in, if it takes more than even 3 seconds, you're going to leave, and it's not going to matter for you whether you wanted that product or not. So you have to put yourself in the customer's position and think, okay, they're not going to wait more than 3 seconds. I need to get my website speed down to 3 seconds. Now for me, I would like to shoot for 2 seconds most of the time, so that's what I go for. Sometimes you can't get there because the more products that you put in, the more images. Generally, even if you are crushing them, there's still the file size still remains. So around 3 seconds is okay, I see. And that's something you want to consider when you're uploading your products. So let me go into the next one, which is easy GDPR. Why you want this app is because recently, not recently, I don't know if it was a year or two ago, in Europe, they actually put in a new law or new rule that they don't want people's cookies to be tracked, so they have to have the option to be able to opt out for cookies for tracking purposes. So you need to have this when you're going for European countries. Easy GDPR, this one that I use with a cookie bar, and it allows you have to actually go in and manually do this. So there are some apps that are paid where they automatically allow the customer to, once they select opt out, it automatically takes it out. With this cookie bar, you have to go in and manually actually remove those customers when they request. But yeah, that's something that you're going for European countries you need to have, and you need to have that cookie banner to pop up on the website. If you've ever seen on being on a website, it'll say we use cookies, accept or decline, right? That's the banner you need to have. So the next app is Mass Fulfill. So this is for people who actually have suppliers that they're working with directly and that they're sending CSV files or spreadsheet Excel files to them with their orders in there, right? So if you don't do that, then disregard this until you're actually doing it. But for my people who are doing that and they're making CSV files and sending it to their supplier, more than likely your supplier sends back that CSV file with tracking numbers, right? But what you may not find is that you have to go through now manually upload each of those tracking numbers into your store, into each order one by one. And if you're making, say, 40, 50, 100 orders a day, that just becomes ridiculous, right? And even if you have a VA working for you, it just doesn't make any sense to have to pay them to manually upload one by one to each order, because that's just so much time and money that they could be putting somewhere else, right? So you can use Mass Fulfill app, and what it does is it matches your order number to the tracking number in the sheet. So just make sure in the sheet you have the order number, which generally you should have, so you can find out which order, right, is with the tracking number. So what it does is it just recognizes recognizes the sheet's order number and then puts the tracking number into that automatically for you. So the next thing is Aliexpress Review Importer. So this is one of the free review apps that, because majority of them are free. I know Aliexpress Reviews is paid, and Looks Reviews, which is what I use Looks app. If you want a free version, then there's Aliexpress Review Importer. So just keep in mind you'll need to use another app. So let me bring up the Aliexpress first. So this second one, Aliexpress Review Importer. Just keep in mind you'll also need this app down here, Judge.me Product Reviews, because what Aliexpress Review Importer does, it asks you for the URL of the Aliexpress products, right? And then what it does, it just imports those reviews to Aliexpress Review Importer, right? So now it's sitting in that app. But in order to display those reviews on your website, you need this Judge.me Product Reviews app, and that's what actually displays it on your website. So once you have them both downloaded, this app, Aliexpress Review Importer, will automatically send it to Judge Me. So don't worry about having to do so much work. Just look through the guide on both of these apps. It's pretty simple, but have them both downloaded when you start, so that way it's a seamless process and you don't get lost and be like, whoa, what's going on? Why isn't this app doing it? So the next one I'm going to go through are paid apps. So I went through all the free apps that you will need, and those ones that are going to really help you out. Now, what these paid apps are going to do is they're actually going to increase your sales from tomorrow. So at the end of the day, if you really want to increase and boost your sales, not all free apps are going to be able to do that for you. There is going to be a small little charge, and sometimes they can be between $5 and up to $50 a month. But they're very inexpensive when it comes to how much they can actually bring back for you. So let me go through these paid apps now and show you how you can increase your sales from tomorrow. So the first paid app that you're going to need, and this, if you are running Google Ads, this is a 100% need. There is no way around it. I haven't seen any better app that's on a Shopify apart from Data Feed Watch, I think, which is pretty much the same as this. But I've used Google Shopping Feed. Now, I think somebody told me that this app is not around anymore. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in the description for this app to get it directly on their website. So yeah, this is the actual company that runs that app, which is not on the App Store anymore. But if you want to go to their website directly, they'll have it. But I'll leave a link in the description so you can actually download it. With the Google Shopping Feed app, it's a necessity. You need to have that. Otherwise, you're going to have to manually upload products or sync your feed to the Google Merchant Center, and that's just a mess. So you want to have an app that just seamlessly syncs and uploads your products each and every single time you upload a product to the Merchant Center and then directly to Google later. Next one you want to consider is Abandonment Protect. Now I would only say to do this once you have 5 to 10 orders a day. The reason why is because it's kind of not worth it at that point, right? You have to spend up to, I think it's $7 to $8 a month. And if you're only making like 1 order a day or 2 orders a day, more than likely you're not getting that many abandoned carts either. So for every one or two orders, like you're probably getting 1 or 2 orders as well being abandoned. So it just doesn't make any sense, because you're not going to get the conversion, because most of the time the high recovery rate is like, say, 15%, right? Now 15% or 2 is like nothing. So there's no point having the app in place then, right? But when you're doing 5 to 10 orders a day, it makes way more sense to have this app running to be able to recover those abandoned orders that people have done, right? Now, if you want the email templates that I use that will work for me, they get me up to around 8 to 9%. I think it's 7 to 9% depending on the store. Email templates that work with discounts and things that you offer customers. I think it's a three to 4 step email process that I use. DM me on Instagram. The link is in the description or the pop tag at the beginning of this video. DM me on Instagram asking for those email templates. Just give me the word email and I'll send you those email templates on a Google Drive, and that you can just copy and paste basically into the app. Now, the alternative, if you don't want to use the paid app, is just using Shopify's default abandonment recovery, because I've had up to 9% on some stores of recovery, and it's really good. It seems super basic. And the problem with the recovery app is that it only sends 1 email, right? So you don't have that extra contact with the customer to try to push them, to give them a discount and all of these things. So it just becomes a little harder to recover orders from those customers, since they're only getting the first recovery, which is in the first hour, I think is the minimum that Shopify allows you. The downside to this is that sometimes it glitches, that I've noticed, where it doesn't send to some customers automatically. So you have to go in and manually send these emails out through the abandonment checkout section in your store. The other thing also is that it doesn't automatically send emails unless you're on the $79 plan. So if you're not on the $79 plan, you're on the $29 plan, then you have to always go in and manually send them. It won't automatically send them for you. So my next paid app is actually called OneClick Upsell by Shopify. Now, if you don't know, this is by a guy called Ezra Firestone, who owns a beauty brand which has made him, I think, 65 million in sales in revenue in the last 4 years or so, I think. So this app I've used on many different stores, and it's the one app that I've seen that's not as expensive compared to other upsell apps, but also gives you back the results that you would like. So it's a great way to scale a current window that you have, but also when you're testing products, say for example on Facebook, the one thing that I learned was that when it gets more expensive on Facebook, you need to figure out a way to have your back end being able to offset that extra expense, right? So you can't rely on Facebook to just be giving you cheap costs or finding that product that has a cheap cost, because if you put in a funnel from the beginning, potentially you can change a losing or a breaking even product into an actual winner by having a funnel up front from the beginning when you're testing these products. That way, when the first customer that comes in, they have a chance to upsell and actually give you a higher order value. So that way you'll be profitable from the get-go rather than being unprofitable. My thing for you is that if you use my affiliate link down below in the description, if you use my affiliate link, I'll build you a one-click upsell funnel for free just for using my link. I do get a commission on it. So if you don't want to give me that commission, then that's fine. Just go to OneClick Upsell and just get the app from there. But if you want me to build your funnel for you for a winning product or a product that you're about to test, I'll build that funnel for you with 3 upsells and downsells as well. And that's the good thing about this app, that it allows you to diversify the different products, the ways you want to market it through the funnel. So it gives you that customization that other apps don't, and it's very seamless and it's very easy to do. So the one thing you want to consider is what elements do you need in that funnel in order for those people to convert. So if you want me to build your funnel out for you, then just use my affiliate link. When you do, then just message me on Instagram or just comment down below in this video that you use the affiliate link. I'll double check it and then I'll be in contact with you. So let me quickly show you actually for Shopify on their page. So if you go to, just type in on Google or just use the affiliate link down below, right? Just use the link. It's going to take you straight to this page. So when you get to this page, it's going to show you what features it basically has, right? So you can see how much money they've actually generated on the stores. But what it's going to do is actually going to help you increase your sales by more. So I think it's just said here 10 to 15%. So I've seen up to 20% on some landing pages, some funnels that I've used, and that's with really hot products. So you can expect between 10 and 15% for sure converting. And if you're making $1,000 a day, it's an additional $100, and that could probably pay for all your fees, like Shopify fees, or the transaction fees and things. And it's probably going to pay for all of that. So you're better off having the upsells and taking more profit at the end of the day. And you don't have to spend any more money. You already have that customer, because this is a post-purchase upsell. So this is after the customer's already bought their first item or their first order, and then they see this. So at the end of the day, you're not losing any more money. You're not going to scare the customer away like a pre-purchase upsell would. So in this way, you actually get more money by using this app than not using it. So if you want to do it, this is how it works. They check out, and then afterwards they see the upsell, downsells, and then obviously the funnel goes from there, and then they get taken to the final thank you page from there. So if you want to have a look at what information they're going to go through here, I'm not going to go through everything, but if you want to go through, then you can just click there, and they do have a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you're not satisfied, you just contact them directly. So if you want to use the affiliate link down below in the description, get this app because it's going to really help you out. And my final app that I want to speak about is SweetUp Upsell. This is from Tristan Broaden, who's also another Aussie. Shout out, Tristan. This app is really good if you don't want to build out funnels and you don't want to do the extra work that I just spoke about, having to figure out what products and do all of this, right? So most likely you're going to be selling products that the same exact product that you just sold is the best product to start off with in your funnel anyway, to give them more of what they already bought. More than likely, that's what they're going to convert on. So this app, SweetUp Upsell, does really well doing that. It's just a product repeater through that. The only downside that I've seen this, and what I can say for me personally, is that I've seen up to only 2% of conversion rates. There has been only one store, and the only reason why it's a higher conversion rate is because it's a more niche store. So that's why. So I'm going to take this with a grain of salt that I've seen 2% on general stores, right? And I've seen up to 8% on a niche store. So that's only because it's a niche store, right? So you also got to consider that your store can also affect if somebody's going to buy the upsell as well through this app anyway that I've seen. So usually you're going to see, like I said, with OneClick Upsell, it's 10 to 20% on average on a decent upsell. But if you don't want to do that extra work and you're just trying to get your feet wet with upsells and just trying to figure out if this is going to work or not, then this is the perfect app to do that with, and then testing out what products work, what don't work, because you can also customize for specific triggers. So if somebody buys X product, then show them Y product, right? Or if they buy X product, show them more of X product, right? So you can do that. Has some basic customizations that you can do as well, and you can change the text of what you want them to see, as well as the pricing and the discounts. So SweetUp Upsell actually uses the thank you page. So when somebody comes and finishes their order, on the thank you page above their order summary and things like that, just above that, that's where SweetUp Upsell starts to push the customer. So I also have an affiliate link for this. So I got a couple of affiliate links today for you, but it's important because SweetUp Upsell will be able to generate more income for you through upselling without having to do that extra work. So there is also an affiliate link down below for this app. Again, if you don't want to use the affiliate link, I don't care. Just go directly to Google and type it in. But if you want to support me, you want to support the channel, then use the link. These are all the free and paid apps that I use, that I've tested, that I know work. If you want to use any of them, then go to the Shopify app store, find them, go to Google, use the links, and get these apps today, because this is what's going to help you make more money and be more efficient, more productive with your e-commerce store. All right, so now you know all the must-have free Shopify dropshipping apps that are going to help you out generate more sales, whether you be on Facebook or Google Ads. And you also know some paid apps that you may also want to consider that may help boost your sales as well. So if you enjoyed this video and you found any value in it, then smash the like button, because it really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And hit that subscribe button to know when I upload new videos for Google Ads and Shopify dropshipping. And hit that notification bell to know when I upload that new video. Hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.